But when you're thousands of years old like me, well, you can be able to relate sometimes. But we always get there in the end. Yes, time scale of things is not like people think. And getting old is getting old, no matter what you are or who you are. So, I hope I find people well when they come along. I'm going to take this mask off again because it is hot again, as it has been. And it's humid now because it just finished raining, so it's even more humid. Terrible. Terrible weather to try and sleep in. Well, let's put some light on the subject. Oh, Archangel Michael needs a mask. Let's see how long I go before I throw the chewy in. And I'm sure the family likes the accent too. The Archangel Michael. Oh, here's my little buddy. Our little buddy, the troll. Hope we don't get no trolls. That would be most unfortunate for them. Because they've got to understand one thing when they come into this chat. They must realize that this is Sparta. You know what I'm saying? So, this is Sparta. So, they're messing around with the wrong guy here. Especially, well, being Sparta, renowned expert soldiers for freedom, and also being this guy, I really don't think I want to come and mess around. And I'm going to chuck the chewy in now because this mask is really hot. And I'm sorry, but the accent can go away for a change. And you could see the real me, the real Archangel, beyond the mask, beyond the AI, in the flesh. No act, just him on his own. And there we go. Plain Jane, bit rough around the edges, you know, but realistic. One thing about AI, it's good, it's very good, but it just doesn't quite get that aging process at all. If you look at it correctly, everything has to be beautiful, everything has to be smooth. It's one flaw of AI, it wants everything to be perfect. The fact is, nothing is except God. So, let's pray to God. Well, I reckon we should do it in the Archangel Michael, the one that you like, a bit more ethereal. I know you like it. And we'll get it that way. That sounds better too, I reckon. Let's get it up to maximum God level. Here we go. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but to deliver us from evil. Hail Mary, full of grace. Amen. And now we have God in the day and God in the chat. And hopefully people will come now. But as for the Archangel Michael, well, the etherealness can go down a bit. The mask can come off. because I'm sweating like buggery under it. You'd be amazed what I do for you guys. But at the end of the day, wearing a mask in the battle is not such a bad thing, because having a steel mask on, a golden mask, protect you from slashes and fragments on the battlefield. I don't read any of this. This is what I was writing. Yes. I was by myself with my thoughts. Well, here's one. Maybe I should read it. No one wants to be alone. No one does. Even God. That's why he's got to protect life. No one likes to be alone, but I am. No matter what I do, no matter where I go, no matter who I meet, I am always the odd one out. Hanging in a closet, no one ever comes. My life is not mine to control at any time. Not like everyone else. You can, or be whatever you wish. I wish I could, but I can't. I am alone. God built me different, to be different from all. So I'm the only one of my kind, the last Wugan man. Unwanted, hated, hunted, lied to, lied about, unloved, used, bashed, kicked, burnt, and hunted, even worse than you would hunt a rabid dog. Not even human. I don't belong. God made me this way. So I don't belong there either. Michael the Archangel is a lonely life. Has to be. For some of the tasks that I must partake over the eons that this soul's been alive. Either I am an animal or I am a man. Okay? The history of history will come get me out of this closet of pain and hate, or I'll be alone forever. Worse than death itself. But only I have been built to endure that. But that's the way you get that. But every time I turn around, well, the way God has placed things, the way God has built things, being the one that has to come and save the day all the time, every time I turn around, when I feel like I need somebody, well, there is usually only one person that's ever there. That's God himself. Okay? Yep. But that's how that is. And people can't understand that, but you get that. It might seem a bit down to people, but yeah, well, that's how it is. Because, there was 7 real angels that were built to kind of protect heaven, kind of the ones that are really, really faithful, and one that was built different from all the others, which is myself. And these are the seven. Well, you have Archangel Michael, which signifies me as the chief of all of them, and I am the protector, plain and simple. You have Raphael, he's all about healing and compassion. So if you want healing and compassion, you need a Raphael. I'm a protector. Means I'm a soldier, I'm a warrior. War's my game, war's my name. Now Gabriel, you always find he or she, most of the time she likes coming as a she, to tell you the truth. So you've got to work that one out. Is a messenger, always bringing a message. But you've got to be careful. Gabriel's a little bit funny. Righteous, but funny. You know? And you have Uriel. That's the light of God. So if you want to look for the light through a storm, that's the guy you should be pulling on your boat. And then you've got Zadkiel. He's angel of mercy. So if you want, you want to be merciful in your actions and they go hurting everyone, well, that's the guy you need in your flock. And then you have Jophiel. If you that's the beauty of God. If you like the beauty of God and nature and that, well, that's the guy you should be having. And you got Samuel, and he sees God. So he sees God in you, or he sees God where God actually is, and he'll tell you where he doesn't see God too. So he can tell you where the evil is, as well as where God is, by knowing where God is because he sees God. But out of all of them, I'm the only protector. And that's the way that one rolls. And the seven angels, this is a Revelation 15, it's verse 6 and 7. The seven angels came out of the temple having the seven plagues. That's all I'll say about that one. And that's how you get that. So, the seven. Good old, lucky seven, or the secret seven. Old Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, Uriel, Zadkiel, Jophiel, and Samuel. But that's a whole different ball game. Now, let's talk about this seize the day again. Well, let's have a look at that. Seize, or seize, to take hold of suddenly or forcefully. Seize the day to do the things one wants to do, that there is a chance instead of waiting for a later time. So not so much to seize the day, to seize the opportunity is what should have been said. Because technically you cannot seize the day. One cannot grab the entire day. It's too big for you. Only God can do such a thing. And basically it's, a saying from Horace, of the Carpe Diem, put very little trust in tomorrow. So you better get it done now, because there may not be a tomorrow. Like I've always said to you, there's no guarantee that you're going to wake up tomorrow. Every time you close your eyes, there's a 50 chance that they're not going to open up again. And that's a fact. And that's a fact. Now you have this Celeste, Riverius Hernandez, 14-year-old girl, Found in a Tesla, a head and a torso. No arms, no legs. And the D4VD or David, the content creator turned songwriter turned singer, has allegedly, or is in the process of allegedly being charged or being named as the guy that's got something to do with it. And well, if you have a look at the trail that's out there on the social media and what's available and what he's doing and latest film clips of blood all over and dragon bodies, well, it don't kind of look good for him. So I wonder if it's going to be one of those fanfare shows where he gets pulled up on a charge only to find out, oh, he's not guilty when he really was. So this might be one of those deals that get him up quickly. But they have taken their time to get around to actually fingering someone who's responsible. No searches have been done, questions have been asked, and the evidence compiled together, and well, it's all pointing to him. Myself, you pretty much could see that. But they do everything in a very investigative way, and maybe they're just a bit slow. They want to make sure. That's another reason why there could be time between this. They might want to make sure they've got enough evidence, because there might be a little bit of evidence to say, yeah, he actually say he was the one, but he might be able to slip off on it. I mean, look at all those other guys, Diddy and all that, how they slipped off on 3 charges. Jay-Z got away with things by, just farting around money and all this counter-sue bullshit with lawyers and crap. Confusing the situation and ended up just paying her out and got away with bloody, well, having sexual bloody, intercourse, unwanted, forced with an underage person. And everyone's down with that. Everyone thinks, yay, he's good, he won that, overlooking the fact that she was actually underage when it happened anyway. So, you just got to watch out for that case. It might not go exactly what everyone thinks, because Diddy should have got 30 years, and he's lucky to even going to see 3. So that's what I got to say about that. When you do things like he's been doing, and you have all that evidence, and all those bloody people that have been lined up, and all of a sudden they've disappeared, went very quietly. I must have went around with a bag of money, handing it out. That's all I got to say about that. Haven't heard much about that. No more cases, just all this stuff like he actually was. He was caught drinking toilet wine, or they mix up the bloody, they mix up the alcohol. There's only one place you can mix it up, and that's the toilet. And he got caught drinking that. Now, technically, by rights, he should be given extra 30 days and have 30 days loss of privileges, so he won't be able to talk on the phone or have a spend or anything like that at their canteen that they might have, if they've got one. If they have such a thing over there. I don't know if they do. We do over here. We're lucky in that aspect, I guess. Some of the American prisons are just a little bit fucking harder the way they function, than we've got over here. Plus, they've got a bigger population, so it's a little bit more tense, I'd give it. And again, it can get pretty tense over in jail over here, like you wouldn't imagine. The sweat running up the walls in Canning Vale. I've got another name for it now, but when I was there, that's what it was called. Sweat running up the walls, defying the gravity. You only know for 6 months all you see was a cricket pitch worth of bloody sunlight, and only enough that you didn't even see the sun, you just see the light, see the bit of the shine come over in part of the building, but never actually got to see the fucking sun. So, yeah, that's about as close as I'll get to American prisoners. I'm over in America, and they locked me up there, and bugger that. No, that's could handle it, but it'd be fucking tense always with your fucking eyes to the fucking wall, fucking behind you, and out your ass, fucking looking everywhere. Like I said, a bit more harsher, a bit more people, a bit bigger range. We got the same over here, but just a bit smaller. And over there, they're more gang orientated, or in their little groups. What I find over here, they still have that, but you'll find it actually runs on a pretty good fucking communal basis. You know, it's us against them. And then we have our own little fucking prison politics on the fucking side. And that's all that is, prison politics. Prison politics, eh? And the runners of each fucking wing or each division or each fucking hall or each fucking mob, that's the fucking leader politician. He got elected to be the bullshit slinger. Yes, the old bullshit slingers. It's funny. Funny old Joe. You know, I worked out the best thing to be in there was a canteen. Make yourself available as a canteen and put yourself, you know, so you can put that stuff out on credit. Stand up for your rights so no cunt can come in and muscling you. That's the first thing you've got to do, otherwise you won't be able to hold a canteen. You'll be running that canteen for someone else and you'll be paying for it, but they'll be collecting the fucking, all the receipts and all the bloody profit. Using you like their personal ashtray. Oh, fuck that. You'll find if you offer them shit, I'll keep taking more and more. So you say, nah, fuck you, bud. I'll do whatever I want. You want to try and have a skip? Let's go. And you just pull them in the cell, shut the door, and you go for it. And one of you either wins, one gets your point across, one of you don't. Simple as fucking that. Jail politics. You're going out there and we have a little bit of fucking debate. Not necessary to fucking kill someone, but they get that way. Cunts can get that way. They can get silly like that, especially in the eastern states and over in America they might get like that. Over in West Australia it's a bit different. People can be a little bit individual over here. Just a little bit. Because it's a bit fucking hard over here, that's why. A lot of people are hard. Hardened by this heat. Heat in this country here, it drives you batty. We call it the crazy season. Or the tropo season, because it sends you fucking tropo. Just the heat alone can send you mad. Like no heat on earth. Strange. We're closest to the coldest country, and we're hottest. And I just say, okay, oh, pardon me. Excuse me. Must be that nice, delicious drink I'm drinking over there. Very nice. Well, looks like no one's coming today. Everyone's doing what they've got to be doing. Ah, well. Everyone's either sleeping in, busy. Got the Saturday, the weekends, I'm going to have a big sleeping. Bugger old Arch. Fuck him. He's only dribbling. She's probably running us down again. Well, I wasn't running anyone down. I'll state the fact. Right? I'm not running the people down. I'm running the ideology down. And there's a difference. Right? A big difference. Because the ideology is an evil one. Regardless. The way I pointed out, if you can't see it like that, well, that's because you're all blind. And I can't help that. I'm trying to shear it off, guys. Actually growing back too fast sometimes. But you get that. People might be watching something else. Something I'm not aware of. Somewhere else online, on another fucking channel, another bloody platform. I don't have to do that. I don't follow any people around like that. That's just fucking means I've got no other fucking life of my own. I've got a life of my own. I've got to do my own things, as each people knows. So you know what art gets arrested and that's it. I don't have to show that shit. People hide that shit. People don't do that shit, but I always show that stuff. I don't care. I want people to get a full record of what life's all about. People understand that, no, I'm not talking lies. No, I'm not lying. No, I'm not fucking crazy. I'm actually a real deal. The real deal. Not the fake deal. That's why I'm so open with most of my life. I let people in to what's going on around with me and that. A lot of people don't do that. They narrate what you see. I can do that too, but I don't tell you it's everything, of course. I'm not that stupid. But I let you in more than most. So you can understand what it's like. It ain't easy being this cheesy. It ain't easy just being this cheesy. But you got to remember, this is Sparta. This is Sparta. Back in the old days when we had the old trolls, before we killed them all off. I think we killed them all off too much, Auntie Lee and Nick. All those trolls. We destroyed them too quickly. I know Auntie Lee liked bashing trolls. Didn't like what they say, but I know she liked tapping them. Yes, well. Look at this handsome gentleman. Oh, that is my great-grandfather. And that's him. He's a little bit older. I don't have a young one, a bigger one, a young one. I've got a smaller one, can't find it at the moment. And this is my great-grandmother. That's that's the one, the book Linden Girl. That's the Linden Girl. Born in Linden. Linden is about 20, or not even that, about 15 k's this side of that sacred salt lake that women are allowed across. And Linden is actually like a birthing ground, another little birthing ground. And you find a little town of Linden has about 10 houses. And no actual men live there except one real old man. And he's an old man because he can't bloody walk, and the old lady looks after him. But you'll find those women and kids live there. They got rid of the men out there. The men not really supposed to go there. These women places, sometimes men can go there, camp up for 2 days, get feed, get fattened up, get treated well. If his woman's there, might get a bit of cuddling and kissing, and then off he goes. He's not going to stay there any longer than that. They'll shift him along. Come on now, you get too lazy, you have to get along. Whereas you'll find the women and the kids, they'll stay in the area a lot longer than the men do. Men are a bit more nomadic. They'll travel around a bit more. Chase the bigger prey. And also men eat more, so we'll deplete the supplies more in one area if we hang around. We get too used to the women doing too many things for us. We get too lazy. That's only set away for the older men, people that can't do things for themselves. They get too old and that. And then you get that walkabout. And that walkabout, the true walkabout, well, people say it's this, that. Well, a real walkabout is your last fucking walkabout. So what happened to old boy? Oh, he gone walkabout. Oh, okay. And they'll be worried about him because they may never see him again. Depends where that old fella goes walkabout. Depends what song trail and song line he knows he's singing away. Going to do his dance of death. And some of those old men, well, in our culture, we do that there when we feel that we can't look after ourselves and we're going to be a burden to the ones around us. We go walkabout. And you'll find they never see us again, if they can find us at all. Not alive. That's just the way of man. That's what men do. Real men. Real men. Not vain or worry about this fucking structure or worry about their TikTok accounts and fucking how much more fucking money they got than their missus and how much more than they earn than their missus or how much more they earn than any partner they got or whatever. That doesn't make a man. Quality. Principalities. Respect. Honesty. Trust and love. Those things you might find one or two in each man, but you won't find all of them in one, except this one. One that's built different. When you do find someone with all those qualities, you grab onto them, because that's a good man. That bloke, he's the sort of bloke that he'd put you on his shoulders so you wouldn't drown in a flood. Whereas most of these men today, they wouldn't even bat an eye to reach out a hand to grab you as you float past drowning. But that's the men you want to create with a woke ideology. You know why they'll do that? Because they know they're not strong enough to put their little limp wrist out to grab you. They go, oh no, if I grab them I might get sucked in myself. Bye. That's what you want. I can't live in a world like that. I can only be what I am. Michael the Archangel. And he's an idea. He always comes so today, a hero in fact. I don't consider myself any types of hero. I just do what needs to be done because that's what needs to be done. What is right and what is wrong. It is clear. Clear as a bell what is evil and what is not. And if people find it hard to judge what is evil and what is not, that is only two things. They're either ignorant, they know they're just ignorant to the fact because they want to be that themselves, or they really are daft and have no brain. And that's what I put down to indoctrination or cognitive dissonance. Your head's been full of that much shit that you see society as it is, that you really don't understand the fact that everything that you're being taught is a fucking lie. Wow. That's spun out that one. Why does this keep going like that? Oh, I bet you, because we've got that on. Well, looks like people are in now. They want to talk to old Archie. He was a bit funny last night, ranting and raving, running us down again. Well, I'm not running us down. I'm getting us prepared. I'm getting us prepared for something that you're going to fucking face that you're not going to like. Right? Because even the bad guy himself, Satan, is a fucking angel. He's bound to following God's law. Right? So he giggles when he fucking makes up plans and ideas and puts them into humanity. And he giggles and he laughs when he signs people in because he's got you on a double jeopardy straight away. Don't do deals with the devil. Any angel catches any cunt doing deals with the devil, they pretty much can execute him and take him straight down to hell themselves. Right? So he's laughing. He's already got you. He's already null and voided. You null and voided your little deals, little contracts, everything that you've asked for in that contract the moment you sign it. He's just giggling because there's a fucking higher policy than that. And it's not on paper. And he knows that. You don't know it. You won't know that. You think everything you sign for is all good. He got you licked that way. Told you. I could supersede anything that you can sign with him by promising that I'll do it for you. And then I'll go and tell him, nah, sorry, you can't have that one. We haven't that side. We haven't that person. She's coming up here with us. Don't care what you got signed. That's fucking now null and void by order of your fucking chief. And they have to do that. They don't like it. He hates it. I don't do it very often. You know, I can do it regularly, but I don't because that just fucks the whole game up. And I'm not the actual player of the game. I'm the piece. I'm a piece. I'm not a piece. I'm a fucking dice. All right? This is a game board, and I'm a fucking dice that's getting rolled on this board. And you keep rolling me the wrong way, well, I might come up fucking trumps and then show you worse than that trump cunt. But I couldn't be like that. I'm a good guy. I'm here to do the right thing. And as a human, well, I'm starting to understand there's a bit more than I was when I was an angel. An angel was just come down, do God's work, slice a few fucking heads off, send a few bloody thousand souls down to hell because they were naughty, and that's the end of that. Nice, sweet, easy, boom, 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 couple of wars, fucking over. Too lovely, go back, have a rest. What's the next time, boss? You know? Time and time again, just get reforged. They either come down as that apparition that he's got written up, which they don't very rarely do that. So I don't see how that's been fucking functionated. Some cunt on mushrooms, I think. But yeah, it's all about the embodiment. The embodiment of it. Yes, earthly angels. There is such things. But you have to truly embody and understand that. You can't just go claiming it. You actually have to be one. And you know when you're one, when you get to call them. When you go through certain things that you know, well, just for you. It's amazing that. Sometimes you can experience and share them with others. Sometimes it's very hard to get across. And being the chief angel, being a top angel, being a strongest angel, being Archangel Michael, that's a little bit harder to get people to believe. I can understand that because you've got so much written about him, all these statues and that about him. Oh shit, but he passed all over the place. But just like it says in that book, you want to go believe in images? Go right the fuck ahead. Because it says you're not supposed to be doing that in that book. How you going to church? Oh, kicky eyes. Long time no see, General. It's been a hell of a ride. Oh, yes. But I'm back online. Things are slowly getting back to normal. Slowly. Emissions are being escalated now. That bit of a fright, so it's time to get things done. And getting too old to wait around anymore. Get them done now, then they're done. Then that little part of the mission's done. And I was just thinking something, kick your eyes the other day. Now I'm here now. No guarantee once I've done what I've got to do that Jesus is going to rock around the block and help save the rest of the world. Because he's not coming like he was before, see, where he come before trying to pull you into the message. Peaceful, very passive in his actions. Right? This time he's actually going to come as a soldier. He's got to be different. He's actually coming to fight. And he's going to use his divine power. He's allowed to be like that now. He's going to show humanity how to stand up and fight properly against the tyranny. That's his secret this time around. That's what he's going to plan on doing. He's going to heal. He can do that as well, but he's not going to put his focus on that. He done that last time. He's got to do something different now. Finish the job. And I was just thinking the concept, the way that book's written, we've still got a bit of calamity to go through. There's still some things that we've got to go through in that book. And the way that book is written up, are you sure not after I go that we're not supposed to suffer a nuclear war and be bloody subjugated for 2 million years under a nuclear winter until Jesus rocks up? Because I'm not sure about that. And I just don't really like the ending of the Bible. We all end up in that so-called New Jerusalem when it sounds like a big giant Rubik's Cube, big golden Rubik's Cube over top, and then we're all inside that. So there's only so many people going to fit inside that. And why is that? Why have we done that? Why is humanity and the earth buggered? Have we done something to the planet? I don't think God quite wanted it like that book. I don't think he quite liked that. Not quite like that. I don't see we have such a beautiful, big, huge universe, the ability like God to go and try and travel in him. Right? Take him with us. Don't topple him. Take him with us wherever we go. We'll be fine. He'll guide us through the universe. No, so I don't know. I don't see us all in the end living all fucking harmoniously in a big golden cube, guys. That sounds like a little bit of Satan's hand got in the end of that book. Got to remember that book was, it was orchestrated and designed by Emperor Constantine. He said, we're going to make the Bible. That's going to be the magic feather book. That's going to bring all of them in. And they thought that was the one that can indoctrinate us all, and pretty much it was. That's why a lot of the bloody texts are kept out. A lot of the bloody, a lot of stories have kept out. They keep talking about all these other stories that should have been put in the Bible, but they were kept out. You got the bloody Old Testament, which is basically the story of the Jews and their plight and how they had the first deal with God and the only deal with God. And you have the New Testament, which is, when Jesus comes along, and he thought that was wrong. Well, God must have made it anyways. And he had to get someone had to work it out. It was Jesus worked it out, his son. He sacrificed himself for all previous sins that God thought that man had done. So that way he opened up a doorway to heaven through Christianity. So everyone can go to heaven. Now, technically, before he come along, only the Jews were going to heaven. Everyone was going to hell. So Satan was having a fucking field day. Right? The world was under a field day of Satan. That's about how that works. Field day with Satan, and then Christianity comes along and opens up another pathway for the rest of humanity to be able to go up to heaven. So the Jews, they got their own deal with God. So much they got their own deal with God that God, in that book, it tells you in the First Testament, right? It tells you how they come down during the days of Moses and that. They send angels down, 2 angels down, and they show the Jews how to cut stones and the precious stones of the world. The Jewish are the best diamond cutters on the planet. So it's not untrue, right? They are the best diamond cutters on the planet. So it's not untrue. They're taught by the angels themselves. So it's not untrue. And when I say that, you know how they keep talking about this other church, this new church that they're going to build? The only reason why they're talking about that church is because they've already trained the sect of priests in the old ways like they used to have the turnbuckle and the new and the recreation of the fucking ark and all the fucking instruments and that. Because you have a look how they used to have it when Moses had the tent and all that. They got all that. They've selected the leader because it has to be a leader. And he has to be from a certain tribe from fucking. So not from one of the tribes of bloody Israel. Can only be from that one. So they've obviously found one and trained him up to be a leader. So they've got a leader, and they've got the sect ready in the old way, right? And they want to build the new church. So they're ready to pop now. Right, that's ready to go now. So it all depends on when that church gets built and how long it takes to get built. Is going to be your next stage. That's when your real doom and gloom is going to start coming in. That's a fact. There's nothing I can do about that. That's how it's written up in that book. Now you put your faith in God, you've got to put your faith in the Bible, because that's what they tell you. That's how they preach to you, and that's how we've all been indoctrinated to learn it. And that's how it is. I keep telling people this planet is a dreaming goddess. 2 dreaming goddesses. And if we put enough faith in something, it can be birthed up. It can become a reality. That's the beauty of Earth. It's a magical place. That's why you can use a Ouija board and they put it in the gaming section of the store because they know those special elements happen. That's why you get 5 people put their hands on a table and a table lift up and they all the rest can take their hands off and one person's got their hand on a table. Okay? These elements do work. They exist. Things are out there that are beyond people's knowledge. Sometimes people see things and just clearly don't want to believe them. Like ghosts in a house. That's the biggest one. A lot of people, I guarantee you, a lot of people around the world have said, I've seen a ghost before, and people go, yeah, right, sure you have. But a lot of people have seen them. Okay? It's like Chloe, Roma. She's actually got a ghost in her house. Not many people believe her. Some people see it because you actually can see it. You can hear it. You actually hear it talk. And you see it turn on the fucking toy. And she's really got one there. Right? It's not one that would hurt her, otherwise it would have done so already. So it's actually there. And I know it's there because I can feel the hair stand up the back of my neck. And she freaked out when I told her about it. And I said, see, now, you have a hard time believing some of the things I say. Well, why can't I just say, I don't believe you, that bullshit about that ghost? When you clearly see in some of the things that it's got on, you actually hear a man talking. Clear as a bell, guys. It's actually quite scary. Right? Surprised. I was actually surprised she didn't jump as much as she kept her cool and didn't jump as much as when she hit it because she knew no one else was in the house with her. And a man's voice happened, and after that man's voice happened, you had the bloody toy go. I have to recheck that one bit of footage because I don't know whether she actually heard the man's voice or the man's voice was actually on the bloody recording through the phone and only the people heard it. Right? That might have happened. I think that might have been what actually happened. Because she reckons when that voice happened, that bloody toy went straight off. But I reckon she heard that voice because she just reckoned like that there. And it's clear as a bell, the man's voice. And it isn't the man's voice that she has around her, that I know of anyway. So it's not a trick. It's not a trick, and it's actually real, so that's just a ghost at her house. And people have had a lot of experience, like Temper, how he talks about his ghost stories and that. I don't know, I'd like to sit down and hear a bit more about that. He'd have some really interesting ones. Oh yes, especially that country, especially his mob. They'll have some really interesting ghost stories. Put the shits right up, you just him talking about them. Yes. Yeah. Really interesting, like certain trees that you can't go near that tree because that tree's got this here. And certain times of day you look there and there'll be someone looking at you. No. And I guarantee he's got stories like that. We got the same thing over here. I don't know whether he's got the same one like we would have, like the willy willy, when you see those little dust willy willies coming, and you see them coming straight at you. Yeah, well, sometimes that's not a willy willy, that's some sort of magic man coming to get you. And you might get caught in that and he might never see you again. So, yeah, you got to watch that one too. That's a scary one, that one. Sometimes I think they used to just tell you that when you was a kid, because being a willy willy could actually lift you up. Or you could get covered, you could get hurt in it. So it's just something they might tell little kids to stay away from it, because it's dangerous. But I don't know. I've seen some strange stuff, people. Know some strange stuff. Gee, I'm going to try and show you. I'm going to try. Can't show you it all because there's some things you just can't be shown, of course. But I'm going to try and show you the mysterious and magic things. Okay? A little bit of wonder in the world, which they've taken out. They let you know that there is something more than just us. Something a bit more to life than just the bullshit banter that we're going on with the left wing, right wing, fucking no, their belief, that belief, it's nonsense. And that's what I hope. If I bring that to the world, well, a little bit of wonderment, a little bit of excitement, wouldn't that be nice? Calm everything down for a little while, and then people will get greedy and want to weaponise the fucking thing. So I don't know. Pretty hard. My point of view, everything should be free. That creature should be able to run free. We should have bugger all to do with it. Wants to come and talk to us, it should be allowed to. And that's as simple as that. We've got to accept. We're not just anything with a brain. There's a few things out there very intelligent, quite intelligent, like the blue whale, biggest animal on the planet. He's that intelligent that he knows his body is so big that so many animals are going to survive and live off it for up to nearly 100 years after it's died. So you know what it does. It goes to the deepest part of the ocean, the part where it usually doesn't swim, off its normal migration route. It goes to the deepest part of the ocean that it can find and takes one last dive and dives down and never comes back up. You never find really a carcass of it unless it's been injured and killed a different way. And it dives down, keeps going down. That body, he dies on the way down. And the body keeps going down because his aim's down and he gets to the bottom. And over 46 different creatures and over 156 different plants survive off what they call the whale for up to 100 years sometimes at that whale carcass. Devouring all the stuff that's inside the bone, all the different creatures that come there and what they support. And without that, those creatures wouldn't have that sustentation. They probably wouldn't exist. Because they kind of only find these creatures around these whale falls. So once that whale's body dies, that little ecosystem usually will die with it. Unless it's spawned, and the spawn will go and sit dormant somewhere until it smells the smell of another whale, hatches again, and finds that. Because you've got to remember, it's pitch black down there, they can't see nothing. Unless they're generating their own light, and not a lot of them do, those ones. But you'll be quite surprised, yes, and that's the whale, the blue whale, he knows that. He knows the passage of his life. It's like when they open up the mouth to blue whale, he can do it at a 90-degree angle almost. And that amount of water he puts in is the same amount of water he weighs. That could be up to 200 tonne of water. Right? And he's got to have at least the minimum amount of 4 tonnes of krill or food a day, every day. If he has anything like less than like 2 down to 2 tonne or something, like he can only get 2 tonne in his belly, he's actually going to get around really, really hungry. You might even hear the belly growl on it. They reckon. They get actually hungry, very hungry. So yeah, the blue whale, biggest animal, and they're so gentle that there's been no record of them ever attacking anyone, even when they used to hunt them. Where a sperm whale would turn around, or even a bloody humpback whale would turn around and attack the boat to try and get away. Sperm whale won't do that, it's too gentle. Big, gentle giant. Knows all about life. He lived up to 200 years himself. He got a good life experience, Big, massive creature like that. A heart the size of a car. Yeah, I know. That's it. And we only do. We got to think about that. That's out there, swimming around the ocean. No, we might know. We've got to start thinking like that. Start having a look at things, how the biggest things in the world think, how that operates. Yes, such a big creature. And I only find out that now because, like, we're only getting down them depths now and exploring properly. And they say we've actually explored quite a bit of the bottom of the ocean, but 5%. Literally only 5%. We're lucky to know really what 5% of it really truly looks like. We've got a lot of it mapped, right, by sonar and depth sound and that. So we've got a picture, but we haven't actually put physical eyes on there. I mean, that picture will not show you all the life that's there. It's only when you get down there and actually have a look through that you might see that fish that pops its head out the sand, or that special stingray that no one's ever seen before, or a plant that's 3 times the size of a normal plant because it's so deep. You know? And then you've got these places now, well, they're chasing those bloody, those little nodes, little magnesium nodes, right? They're little round things like you see all those little nodes, magnesium, right? And they're actually worth quite a bit of money. And they rake in the fucking ocean floors. There's 5 big mineral companies got the license to do that. They go along, rake these fucking bottoms, these real deep ocean floors, get all these fucking magnesium nodes up, and destroying any fucking life that might be there. Even though it's very sparse, they still find there's still life there, and they reckon that it's hard to try and map the bottom of what's going on in the ocean fast enough before they get in and fucking rake it all, fucking destroy it all, looking for these bloody magnesium nodes. So, right? And that old, the big giant rubbish fucking island that we got floating around out there. There's one in the Indian Ocean too. Sits up north. It's about 700-800 k's out from, nearly 1,000 k's out from the West Australian coast, right up north, and it sits basically in a part of the ocean where the current sort of keeps it in one area. And that's actually an area where all ships divert around that area. Sundry Strait goes a different way, or they'll go right around that area. You'll find there's 4 parts in the southern hemisphere, and there's 4 parts in the northern hemisphere that are what you call Bermuda Triangles, right? And if you put a skewer for each one, it'll come out on the other one, on the other side of the fucking Earth. So they all join together through the fucking planet. Now, one's in the Sahara Desert, one's the Bermuda Triangle, then you've got one's fucking in the Pacific, one's near Japan, and one's like that. You've got things like that there. Then you've got in the southern hemisphere. One's up there, top of West Australia, and if you put one through that, that'll come out the other spot on the other side of the world in the northern hemisphere where that fucking Bermuda Triangle will be, probably over near Tunguska. You know what I'm saying? That's how the world is fucking connected up. There's 8 Bermuda Triangle areas, there's 8 anomaly areas in Australia. That part that I'm talking about up north, you can go online and find out, you look at a gravity anomaly, where the Earth's gravity is a lot lower there than it is regularly here. So you're lighter there. Yeah. Because the gravity is different. Okay? Because of the dip in the fucking Earth that's there under the water. It creates a difference in the gravity. That's the actual fact, that one. There's places on the Earth where in America there's a cave there. I think it's actually might even be in the bloody in the Grand Canyon area. There's a cave there where they are known to go down. When they go down a certain way, it's fucking the gravity changes. Like if you stand at the end of the tunnel here, at the other end of the tunnel, they look like they're standing almost upside down, but to them guys down there, that's the ground. And it's not a visual effect, it's actual gravity slowly twists, and actually the gravity is on the wall instead of going down. You know what I mean? That's fucking, that's in America, and there's another place there in America where there's a tree that does that too. Where at the top of the tree, you fucking, that's different, when you get to the bottom of the tree, something happens. It's like something really strange. I think it's got to actually do with the time. It actually changes time right there in front of you or something like that. I don't know. They used to have it as a tourist attraction, but now I think they keep a lot of people away from it because things like that, people, they go in, they find out about that, so they go and research and they'll find something stupid to try and activate it even more. You get stupid and do the bloody cult crap and fuck it right up for everybody. When you can have these wondrous places that do these magical things, right, for everybody to enjoy it, so you can actually understand, shit, there really is a different thing than, there really is magic. Magic really does exist. Maybe if magic exists, maybe there is a God. Maybe there is a hell. Well, there is. And it's quoted by the smartest people on the planet. If you do not believe in heaven or a hell, you do not know anything. That's plain and simple. Don't know anything. All your laws are based off of Christianity, off the basic 10 Commandments in society. Basically. Now, we're made such a long time ago. Each one of our societies is only, America, what's that? How old is that? 300, 400, 500 years old? 600 years old tops. Look at us over here. We're getting up to, 230, 240, 250 years. Only 300 years over here. They're not very old. Very young, actually. But those laws that we base our societies off of, the same as those 10 Commandments, basically. Every one of those 10 Commandments you can find as a law in our societies. So if you don't believe in fucking God, you don't believe in heaven, then you don't believe in the law. And that means you're just fucking an anarchist. So you're just evil. There you go. You can't get away from it no matter which way you look at it. No matter how you try to look at it. No matter how you try to conceive it. You've got to keep God in your mind, here and in here. That's the temple. That's temples you talk about. This temple here, that temple there. You open them up, let God come in here, then he's with you in your mind. You understand about God then. Not the temple up the road, asking you for money. This temple. Open these temple hinges up. Put him inside this temple. And the vessel, the vessel is really the mum's stomach. That's a vessel. But it's also, you've got 4 vessels, or 4 ventricles, right, which is also a vessel to pump blood. It's called your heart. So you've got to put God in your heart too. You put the Jesus in your heart, right, and you put God in your mind. And you put them both in there. Because only through Jesus are we going to get up, see, because God, his hands are fucking tired. When he dropped that rainbow as a promise that he couldn't touch the earth, right? So it's up to Jesus to bring us back to salvation. So yes, have faith. Put God in here in the heart. But we also got to do that. Got to put Jesus in here. We've got to put Jesus in here. Because he's the only one that's going to lead you to salvation. Right? That's how that works. So you've got to have his son too. And what makes family? Right? Father, son, and the mother. That's Mary. His mum. You can't discount her. Why you got to discount her all the time? Why you got to say the Holy Spirit? Well, she is the Holy Spirit. She's the holy vessel. She carried Jesus' life into the world. So she's got to be part of the family. And that's where part of that Satan gets in, and part of the man singing gets in that Bible, and puts it as a spirit. Puts it as a Sri as the one. Can't be that. No. A family is a mother, father, and a child. That's the family. That's it. So that I keep saying, the way I look at how the Bible's been written, the way they preach, how they've got a lot of women believing that there, I don't see how you could, because it's got news written up as pretty bad, right through. Very sinful. And I know you're not. And that's just it. You really look at that Bible, there's only really 2 or 3 ladies in that they actually really talk nicely about. The rest they're always putting on the harlot. They're about to be stoned. Even Mary herself, when she was pregnant with Jesus, was seen to be a harlot, having a kid out of wedlock with no man. We're going to fucking stone her to death. Right? So even Jesus' mum was getting called a slut. Guts full arms and legs and no father. What do we call them? That's right. Same thing what they were doing back then, but they were going to stone her to death because of that. Because back then it's more about survival. That's an extra mouth now that village has got to try and work out how to scrum up to fucking support. No, we'll knock it off. It knows the laws. And being fucking a property of nobody, being half a Nubian girl, so half a black girl and half a Jewish girl, product of that, they wouldn't have cared, so they'd stone the shit right out of her. So they're lucky Joseph, a man, a real man, stood up for her, stood in front of her. Right? He said, no, that's my kid, that's my woman. Now, he must have fucking known something. We must have really liked her. Because I very rarely see any man going out of the way, claiming someone else's kid. Especially with a homeless person on the street with guts full of arms and legs, and she's going around saying, oh, God put this in me. You know what? How would that go down if you had some woman coming up to you like that? You go and put her in the help need centre, you go check it out, lady. Something wrong with you. But there you go. The kindness of that man, Joseph. Without Joseph, the man, being as kind as he was, and stand in and take the fucking stand and say, that's my cock cheek kid, even though he bloody knew it wasn't. Whether he fancied her or not, it's irrelevant. Right? Without him doing that act, there would have been no pathway to heaven. They would have stoned her to death, and Jesus would have died in the womb. So it was the kindness of fucking Joseph that saved us as well, guys. Jesus did the sacrificing, but it was his stepfather. He sacrificed his honour to say, that's my kid. And if anyone found him out, they would have ousted him, and he probably would have got stoned with her for lying. You've got to always remember that part of the story. Joseph doesn't get it. He gets a little bit of a mention, but he got his little part to play too, And God knew that Joseph would do that. He knew what would happen. That's why he made sure, made sure that woman that he put that child into was going to have a man there that will be as kind as him and look after her no matter what. Because that's what God does. He looks after everyone, and they're not his children. He didn't fucking put them in you. You know what I'm saying? But he looks after you nonetheless. And like us, like he built us in his image. So that's what Joseph was. He was the image of God at that time that stood up for Mary. You ever think about that? God, all divine, all powerful, almighty. Maybe he might have been Joseph in disguise. Who knows? God can do anything, guys. He's infallible. He can do anything. Even take the disguise of Joseph as a man so he can enjoy his wife. Got to remember, God's hands are out of the game. Man does his work for him. It's only through man does he work. So he's working through Joseph. Well, what was the notion? Why did Joseph stand up for that woman to begin with? Pregnant woman, guys. You think we're in today's society, we call that bad news. We call that fucking baggage. We call that fucking run to the hills. We call that why are you going to watch someone else's fucking brood, raise someone else's kids, stir someone else's porridge. Why didn't they write about Mary? I think God picked her because she was special. Yes, she was. She was very special. She was a virgin. And for her to keep her virtue in the world that she was living, Kiki Eyes, God found her righteous enough. Maybe she's strong enough at that young age. By now they've all been raped or sold off, and her being a slave as well, and only a half caste, she's the right one. She's managed to get to an age that none of them have at that time as a virgin. Because the way I picture it, Mary's about 16, 17 years old. She's only a very young girl. And you have a look at the times. Most of them are already bloody married off by the age of 13 at that time period. Pregnant by 14. By the time they're Mary's age, 16, 17, they've had 5 or 6 kids. Married off, you know, or into slavery. And for her to, get through life and keep her virtue, she was strong enough. That's how I see it anyway. So that's why he picked her, because she was the one at that time that managed to, survive that. Now, she took another husband. So something must have happened to Joseph. I'll have to do a bit of research whether Joseph passed away, because I know he was a little bit older than her. I know he's way older than her, actually. Maybe passed away, because there was a bit of a toss-up about Jesus' brothers, Jason and that. They were saying that one church mob believes it was Mary's second husband, and they were the kids from that. But that doesn't make sense, because those two were actually with him as his disciples. So his 2 brothers. Because he had 4 brothers and 2 sisters, Jesus. So, that's the thing. And they all say that, they could have been the second husband, but the way I see the time frame is, they were all Joseph's kids, right? And they're actually all proper half bloody of Jesus' brother and sister and that. And that bloody picture of the bloody Mona Lisa, I think you'll find that's one of the descendant lines of the sisters. Or maybe even the descendant line of a child of Jesus and Mary Magdalene, his wife. See, that, can I tell you now how this makes sense? I'm going to show you, we're going to talk as in black people, that Jesus was black, he was. But I've got a picture here, just to illustrate something. Now, they call it the Last Supper. But doesn't that look like a wedding to you? Doesn't that look like a wedding to you? That's the wedding that you have there. And this one here has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What have you got? Yeah, you got the 12 disciples. But this one closest to Jesus doesn't look like a man. It looks like a woman. Hang on, I'll get this light here on the scene. And I just noticed that about that, and you think you'll find that's on a lot of it. See, that's the woman next to Jesus. That's Mary. He's getting married. That's not a Last Supper. That's not a fucking Satan. That's not a Satin Sacramento like yous believe, where you're fucking letting the blood and drinking the blood like a vampire and eating the body like a cannibal. That's what was happening. He was marrying up before he had to go and string himself up. Right? That's the marriage, guys. What you think about you drink the blood in the Last Supper and all that there is actually a Satin Sacramento, which is a Roman orgy type thing. That's the Constantine part of it there, see? Because drinking blood's a vampire and eating flesh is a cannibal. You can do it in a church to your fucking God of all things. What? Like the bad people do to steal magic to absorb it? I don't think Jesus would have told you to drink blood and be a vampire, right? Or eat his fucking body. And I don't think he would have used wine or fucking bread to represent it. That's the Sacramento of fucking Saturn. And Saturn is another name for Satan. Right? That's the installment, that one. What that Last Supper was his marriage to Mary Magdalene. And Judas was essential to the process, as I've always said at the beginning. Judas, he got a bad rap. or you can't hang yourself with your hands tied behind your back. And there was no 30. How would they say? How would anyone know he got paid any of that 30 coins of silver? Funny, I remember being 40. Have we had some sort of fucking bit of change here? Because now it's 30 for some reason. 40 pieces of silver. Now it's 30 pieces. Oh, he was down with 30 pieces. Why wasn't it 40? So that's even fucking changed. And I know that's 40 pieces of silver, not fucking 30. Right? That's even 30 pieces of silver as a payment is an unheard of fucking sum in the history of fucking Roman Empire. They like even odds. They like even stuff. Like to keep even, straight, even, symmetrical. That's not a symmetrical payment. Right? There was 40 pieces of silver. So fucking somehow there's been a bit of a time shift. And one of those bit of a Mandela effects happened to us, guys. I'm not joking, yeah. Used to be 3 lines, now there's 2. Used to be 40 pieces, now there's 30. Come on. Something's up. But anyways, they wouldn't have known because those silver would have been left laying on the ground in the poorest country in fucking at that time, they'd have picked that straight up and gone. That was just made up for the disciples to cover their ass because they're the ones that went out and fucking knocked him off when they found out he asked Jesus. Because they didn't realise that Jesus said, look, Judas, you've got to go and dob me in, mate. Why does it have to be me? Why do you got to be me? Why? It's because I can't do it, mate. If I do it, that's suicide, that's a sin. This fucking thing that I'm trying to do for fucking God and fucking humanity ain't going to work. Right? I'll be bad in God's eyes and it'll be a fucking unofficial cure then. Won't work. So you got to dob me in. So if I dob myself in, that's suicide. So you got to dob me in. You got to ask me. And you're my always go to, man, when I found you was a thief. And that's why I recruited you. Because I knew we were going to have to do some shifty shit on this here. No, we're not going to write about it. They're not going to write about it. Because they're not going to know about it, Judas. Every time you fucking go and do something for me, you come back. I don't know where you got it from. I'll bless you. I forgive you. It's too bad. But you're not allowed to do any more killing, Judas. Because I know you've killed a few people in your life. Right? You don't do any more of that. But you're going to have to forage for us your special way. And that's it. You're my go-to man, Judas. Right? And that's what he was. And because Judas was always doing that there, well, he gave Judas a little prize. Jesus knew he was going to fucking string himself up, so he's going to be gone. He just married his fucking wife. Well, he wanted someone to look after her, and he wanted to provide her a fucking retirement fund. The silver and Judas. Because Judas wasn't, they make him look out to be fucking ugly, but he wasn't. He's actually quite a handsome man. He was just a shifty thief. And Jesus needed that. Whether you like to think so or not. Right? He needed it. And Judas was essential to the process. He got a bad rap, but he was actually Jesus' best mate. Simon was selected as the leader because he was the one that spoke most like Jesus. Right? As loud and as fucking firm and as stern. And they listened to Simon because he was obviously probably a bit bigger guy. And you know him as St. Peter. Right? He's had that name Simon until Constantine gave him the name St. Peter. Now, St. Peter didn't take the name St. Peter, and he didn't ask to be hung upside fucking down. The Romans did that deliberately because they were scared the last guy they strung up fucking orders lightning and that happened and he ascended and the fucking rock moved and he bloody walked across the bloody lake and that again. Right? So they try not to have that happen, so they hang him upside down and try and push his soul going down. Oh, yes, I don't feel like I'm a Jesus. Hang me upside down. Yes, for God's sake, do that. Fuck off. Nailed his feet and his hands to it and hung him upside down on the cross because that's what they did to him. And he asked for that, did he? Did he ask for it? Oh, I don't feel righteous. No, see, that's bullshit. That's a bit of fucking lie and make it fuck say, hey, he took the name St. Peter. He ain't fucking known. That's the name we know of him now. We've got to accept that. Enough of us believe that now. That's the narrative now. That's what he is. He became that. He manifested to that. There's enough people believe in that now. But his name is actually Simon. Right? He never took the name of St. Peter himself. That's been given to him through Roman fucking ideology. All your stuff that we do is through Roman ideology. Hospitals, lawyers, fucking governments, armies, police, water, food, entertainment. Everything's like the Roman Empire. Those football ovals, they're just the Colosseum. Right? Those sporting areas, they're just Colosseums. We just don't slaughter each other anymore. I guarantee you, if you did start doing that, you'd get packed house. Packed house every time. Putting prisoners in there, eh? Ones that bloody chomo kids now. No, put 10 in there. One of you is going to get to prison. So we only can afford to keep one of you alive for the rest of life in prison. The rest of you have got to go. So you put them in there and you give them one butter knife. So they've got to punch piss out of each other, or one gets that butter knife and kills all the rest. Wouldn't that be entertaining? We can lay bets on that shit and all. That's your Hunger Games, isn't it? Similar to that. But you've got two people fighting to feed a whole section of the fucking planet. Sounds like now. How about that? Strange. Strange Hunger Games, eh? Now this is a Hunger Games, using food. Fucking crazy. And that's it. How do they keep control? Because people has become too complacent. We all want to change. We all want to stand up. But not many of us actually ever do. We don't actually do the physical, guys. A lot of mental, a lot of theory, a lot of talk, a lot of truth, a lot of heart, a lot of belief, but very little physical. And I find, like Jesus, when he comes along, we're going to have to fight for our freedom. We're going to have to fight for this. Fight for God. Take it to the street, literally with your hands. Not by putting them together by praying, by putting them together by fighting. That government's never ever going to give us what we want, as long as they're in power. We're going to have to fight them one day, whether we like it or not. That's the evolution of man. Have a look out through all of history, through every single empire, through every single regime, every single kingdom or queendom. Always had someone fucking top them over. The fucking populace has always rose up and fucking revolted. Look at France. They had enough of their bullshit. They dragged them out and fucking chopped heads off. You know? As simple as that. All this prestigious history with this royal family, oh yes, and all throughout the fucking wars and this and that. And then they had the French Revolution. No, we had enough of their shit and we dragged them out and fucking knocked them off. No. Same as fucking Russia, same deal. Got the Tsar and all that there fucking, got a history hooked into all the fucking royal families together, including fucking, he would have been the cousin of the fucking, the British fucking family. Same with the German fucking, William fucking, from World War One. He was their cousin. They didn't used to like him call him there because when he was born, he was born the wrong way around. So they got to reach in the womb, grab the arm, and pull him around the right way so he can be born the right way, right? So they fucking busted his arm up. So he used to get around with a little bit of a gimp arm. So all the other royal family used to tease him. Oh, here comes the freaky kid, freaky kid. So he gave him freaky kid. He took them all to fucking war, didn't he? And that's it. They're all connected. All those royal families are connected. And when they knocked off the Russian royal family, well, Putin himself says, we should never have done that. And they've rebuilt the entire Russian bloody royal family, fucking jewels, the amber room, fucking the whole bit, cat and caboodle. No, and he runs like he's the king now, like he's the Tsar. But they got rid of the Tsar and that, well, that was the wrong thing. Okay? And that was Lenin and Stalin, which is the exact same thing Kamala Harris fucking talks about. If you got the book of Lenin, right, got the book of Lenin, and read the speeches he used to have in his rallies, word for word, is exactly what Kamala Harris says. It's that fucking word for word. I know she just read that and plagiarised that fucking book and come out and try to run it off you as, are you a coconut coming out the tree? Got to be in the here and now. Those things don't even make fucking sense. To anybody, you don't even look at them to try and make sense of it. That's to try and fucking confuse your brain. So she sounds like she got some knowledge that you're not unaware of. Well, what you talking about there? I don't know, that sounds interesting. If you're telling you're a bunch of fucking coconuts, which is one colour on the outside and really white underneath, that's what a coconut is. Or you just coming out the trees, so you're that fucking dumb monkey. So that's what she fucking basically was saying. You got to live in the here and the now. So she wasn't caring about the future. She don't give a fuck about the past. She ain't cares about now. Her little fucking narrative now. So no future for you. You have a look at how it was talking. That's bloody Lennon. That's your pyramid fucking scheme. Now I know Trump's an arsehole and he should be impeached. He probably should have his ass kicked from one end of America to the fucking other until his nose bleeds. I really don't like the guy. But he's a lesser of two evils. If you would have had that fucking sleepy old Joe fucking and the other end, you'd be worse off. Right? Because everything will be fucking skyrocket price high. Beyond the roof. The only reason why you're having troubles in your country now is because you're having all the fucking comeback from the Kamala and Biden years. All those fucking dickheads that they empowered back in those woke fucking ideology years. Right? All those idiots you let into the fucking country that don't belong there. And all the fucking dickheads that support them, the fucking dumb cunts. No? Prices and eggs, people. My old man used to say, how you fucking function outside? The prices and eggs, Michael. If eggs are fucking low, you know your government's doing well. If they're fucking high, you know your government doesn't give a fuck. You know, if your eggs are high, your government don't care about you. Because eggs is cheap. Right? Eggs are one of the most easiest commodity to fucking get out of an animal. Quicker than the fucking having a chicken. Protein, 100% protein, an egg. Very cheap, very easy. You look at all the fucking egg extract in fucking every product around the fucking planet. Eggs not just fucking in cartons, you know. They've got to use them for the food industry like you wouldn't imagine. Right? Eggs are fucking quite important. A lot of money in eggs, but they're cheap. So if your country's charging you fucking $34 to the dozen, well, your country doesn't give a shit about you. When someone comes in and gets the price of eggs down, you know they actually care about the economic prosperity in the country. And the only way you're going to go forward or do anything in any country is get that economic level at a right level. Nowhere on earth is that way like that. Prices are too high for fucking what wages we get. No cunts had a pay rise properly for fucking 20, 30 years. Wages are fucking basically still fucking at that rate. And everything keeps going up and they're making it smaller. So, that's the society we live in, guys. Everyone lives in it. We all live in the same. We've got different countries, different rules, and different ways people are doing things. But you've got to look at what good things are being done and you've got to look what bad things are done. Everything else that Trump's doing is a bit fucking arsehole-ish. I know he's trying to be a dictator. He's only getting back because fucking now the last 4 years we bagged the shit out of him, see? That's all that is. That's all it is. You can't see that, you fucking bore your mind. It's like when he held that bloody freedom fighter thing at his own Malago thing, thinking he was going to get fucking asked by the Admiral to come up and get one. He didn't get asked to come up and be a freedom fighter, did he? Jag did. Oh, fuck, gonna be like that, is it? Yeah, you go, sorry, Mr. Trump, fucking illegal only looks at fucking genuine cunts. We know you just a cunt. You might be the president, but not, no. Because like that little FBI guy, he started off all right. We all liked him. Now he's turned fucking, I don't know what he is now. I don't know who he's fucking barracking for. Ever since that Charlie Kirk got shot, they all fucking changed tune. Completely. Made them all wake up and realise. Conspiracy theory or not. And I see how that one, what's the face? I forget her name now. It's just gone blank. But Charlie Kegs, that black lady that was his friend. Let me go, come to me in a second. So I'm just really bad with names. Always been bad with names. Fuck. Candace Owens. That's it. See? She's talking a lot about how it's a conspiracy, this here, and why can't you just grab the fucking fact that it was a nut who was disgruntled with what that guy was saying. Okay? And the fact there is, whether he wasn't part of any group, he was operating alone, of his own fucking battery, of his own thought. It doesn't take a professional to do the shot what he did. They talk about the blood and blood. Have you ever actually fucking stood in front of someone and seen someone get shot? Because I have, right? And the bullet don't react usually like you think it reacts, like you see in the movies, guys. Oh, I'm waiting for the blood to come out there. No, fucking sometimes a bullet won't even come out the body. Ricochet around inside him. That's why when you see that bullet go in, the blood comes out the front, clear as a bell, as quick as claret coming out of a fucking bottle when you pop the top, right? So there's no issue with blood. Then it's gone down, fucking ricocheted inside him because there's no exit wound. Ricocheted inside him, it's gone, hit his heart, because you see a little bit of movement near the heart. And that's not actually coming out, that's probably just fucking the spike of it actually hitting it, and the heart jumping. And he's dropped. And you know why there's not much blood? Because his fucking heart stopped. You don't pump blood if your fucking heart stopped. Right? That's it. That's why he went so quickly. It's as easy as that. He's waiting for the fucking blood splurting like the movies, guys. Waiting for the 300 where every cunt's got a fucking higher blood pressure and it's fucking gorging out. I told you can run up and stab some cunt in the face 10 times, step back before the blood even starts coming out. Now in the movies they got to believe you go stab and the blood's splattering out. Oh, fucking bursted him like a fucking pop balloon. Water balloon full of fucking blood. Body can work like that, but the body often doesn't work like that. Right? And that shot where it hit him, you clearly see a spout come out. There's no exit wound because it's fucking probably gone ricocheted and hit his fucking shoulder. Because it's probably when it's hit his fucking neck, it's diverted down, hit his shoulder, ricocheted straight back through the fucking chest cavity into the heart. Instant fucking death. Down he goes, that's it. Little bit of trickle of blood. Heart's not pumping. There's no massive amount of fucking blood. He's dead. In fact, the only blood that would have been pumping out is every time they were pumping him to try and get the heart going. Every time they were pumping him, it was probably squirting out. Unless they had someone have their finger in there. No conspiracy. He was shot by a nut. Single person. Bang. The only conspiracy about it is where the guy got up to the top of the roof. That's one thing I will say about what Candace Owens said that's got me a little bit worried. Because he was known to have death threats. And he was known to have a proper security thing around him, almost as good as like a Secret Service. So they'd bring weeks and months before, he's going to be here, there's this exit here, there's that entry here, can we make sure that he faces this way so that roof's not exposed to here, because just in case. And we noticed that you don't have a guard or anyone in that building and they can get access to the roof. Well, that's what they thought they knew on that place that day. They said about that building where he shot from, that was not watched, it was not policed, and there's access to the roof by everyone. We're a little bit worried maybe when you place him, you can put him a little bit further down, right? So he's not directly aiming at that building. But apparently they still put him there at that spot, that venue, and set him up there and fucking bang. That guy knew fucking a week beforehand that he was going to be at that venue. And he even written down himself, got letters himself. I'm going to take this fucking opportunity. I'm going to do it. So there's no conspiracy. The conspiracy is the lack of security detail that he had to allow such a thing to happen. The people around him are more concerned than the people that shot him. Right? That's your conspiracy. Because I know people really fucking like his wife, and they're really, really emotional about his wife. A lot of content creators I follow, they really, really back and probably, not look at me so well when I say that, but you fucking can't fucking sit there and say you're fucking sorry about your husband gone, and not a single tear comes out, guys. Did you notice that? The crocodile's fucking tear fucking type fucking funeral I'd ever seen. I've never seen a funeral like it was held like a fucking bloody a war fucking drive for fucking for war bonds. You get the old war bonds fucking shows that you used to have back in World War II, and you have a look at that fucking that little bantam fucking little chuck on show they had for Charlie Kirk's fucking funeral, and you tell me the similarity. Okay? No? So, that's a fact. Now, I know a lot of people don't like that guy, but I'm just pointing out. Pointing out how things are. How people really are. Got to take notice of that. Can't be all sad for someone that fucking, oh, so he's gone, and there's no fucking tears. Where's the tears? That was forced out. Come on now. Fuck off, you don't even care he's gone. You collected a $120 million fucking insurance check, you can't. You still got your hand out. Still got your fucking hand out. Still put up your GoFundMe shit. When you got millions and dollars in the fucking bank, you're sitting back wealthy as fuck. Just jumped on the bandwagon, used his death as fucking a money grab. Fuck him. He's up there fucking thinking, you fucking comfortable woman. You fucking house, you the one that's in control of my security detail. How come that wasn't looked at? Oh, I see. And you sit up there with fucking your buddy Trump. And your fucking Jewish mates that you know I was going to go against. Sitting there with your fucking crocodile tears. Still making money, charging people to come to my fucking funeral. Fucking hey. Ticker tape parade, see? How much they make off that? What was that money for? Kids have already got life that's already paid. You already had some person walk in and say, those kids, that kid that he got, those kids he got, I'm going to fully pay for the education and the fucking everything right through the rest of their life. Don't have to worry about that. That's already paid. Here's a check. Done. Okay? They're already exceedingly wealthy and cunts are throwing shit at them. And you got people down the road there that could use that way better. They don't even have a fucking house. That's society for you. That's how you got fucking ripped in and indoctrinated. That's how easy it is to pull the wool over fucking society's eyes. So that easy, that fucking, the King of England, just before his mum died, can have that fucking big bloody ceremony of the 72 nations of the Commonwealth and swear him in under the fucking star of Lucifer with a big giant fucking glowing orb comes down. Everyone stopped. Lucifer? Really? Yeah, really. And it comes down and everyone started fucking cheering. And then you had that black woman coming up the road on a mechanical dragon. Televised, worldwide. Then you had that bullshit fan fucking show that you had at the Olympics. A desecration of life itself by putting all those fucking dickheads dressed up like the Greek gods, especially that fat, useless man that keeps saying it's a woman, because it ain't a woman. It's a big, ugly man with lipstick on. Right? And ain't no woman. And I will not see that as a woman. Not in the fucking longest shot of things. Not only that, it's fucking obese. So it's a glutton. So it's every epitome what God hates. Right? And you got cunts dressed in blue there like Dionysus, the twice fucking born. Born from a man. It's the story of Dionysus. That's that blue god they had sitting there. And to top it off, they had just a normal kid sitting there, a normal girl or whatever the fuck it was. The private rider. So you know what that was? That was the possession of the 200 fallen angels. The book of Enoch explains that. And we got them down as the Greek mythology. Same fucking story. There's only 550 years apart, roughly, between Christianity and Greek mythology. And you've got to remember Moses and that was going on when Greek mythology was happening too. So it's happening at the fucking same time. In Greek mythology, they got a story about Deucalion's flood, which is exactly how to describe Noah's. Okay? Same fucking deal. Right? So what's that tell you? And then you have that guy coming across in that white horse. And he comes into the Olympic arena and you really didn't see his face. And the way they had the bloody wings behind the way he comes in from the picture where they had the picture of the World CES, looked like an angel coming in on a white horse. So there's your white horse. And then you had what's the other one? Mrs. No Banjo riding on her fucking white horse. Coming out at the bloody Super Bowl. All dressed in white. White parties at my house, guys. Diddy's too busy drinking toilet wine in jail at the moment. Diddy gets 30 days every time he gets caught. He got caught. So I wonder if he's actually going to get the 30 days. That's the law, guys. That's actually a jail law. You get caught doing certain things, that's the extra 30 days on your sentence, especially if you get caught drinking liquor, because that's contraband. And it wouldn't have been smuggled. Well, he probably could have smuggled a litre bottle of fucking plonky up his bum. No, he likes it. Like, apparently he likes it. I don't know how many parties he's chucked nowadays, or how Jag talks that they take that drug where fucking 40, 50 ton gorillas can go through, you wouldn't feel it. Oh man, 40, 50 gut ton gorilla, that's a big gorilla, boy. Just the way Jag put that, I think now I was, oh, cruel girl. You really didn't have to put it like that. But it really emphasises just how much you're going to get fucking pummeled and you're not going to feel a fucking thing on those drugs. That's fucking no. That's pelvis cracking material. That's wow. 40, 50 ton gorillas, boy. 40. Fucking line up on you. Just like Diddy and his sons used to have a line up on him. So his son should be fucking in there with him. They're just as sick as him. And those girls, well, those twins of his, I reckon they're just as sick too. I reckon they're not. I reckon they're fucking sicker. I reckon if you found out what those two fucking get into, you fucking want to fucking string them up. They look like the type, they'll be right into that fucking witchery, real fucking bloodletting type shit. Real mean to other girls. Both of them giggling and laughing how they got some other little fucking kid tied up, torturing the cunt. I can see them doing that. You can see it in the eyes, they would like doing that. They'd like doing that. The whole family should have been charged, right? Because they're all fucking accessory after the fact. They're all completely aware of what their dad was doing. Simple as that. So they should be in charge. So that's why I got no sympathy for them. Right? And then all the stories about how his mother raised him. Well, she didn't raise him. She dragged the cunt up. The thought pattern like that. But what do you do? What do you do? He's an alcoholic, right? And if he keeps getting 30 days every time he gets caught, he can't stop drinking because he's alco. He might just fucking drink himself to a fucking eternity in jail. You understand that? He might start liking it in there, guys. He might, oh, fuck it. I got no sweat to worry about the family. I got everything I want in here. I got me liquor. I got me sex. I got me big dicks. In big dicks prison. Okay? Because he likes it anywhere he gives it and takes it, apparently. I'm sure jail would accommodate that for him. There you go. He's in heaven. He's in heaven already. He's former heaven. Nah, he's getting exactly what he fucking signed up for. Right? And that's to be famous. Well, isn't his fucking name all over the tabloids? He's more famous than he ever fucking has been since that trial, since he got locked up. They can't even fart no report on him now. That's how famous he is. See, he put I want to be famous and I want to be this. Yes, he's still that. He's still fucking Diddy Combs, ex-fucking rapper, now a convicted fucking felon. Right? Simple as that. Right? But the devil is giving him exactly what he wanted. He's got all that fame. He's still got his fortune. Just because he can't spend it doesn't mean fuck all. He's still got what he wanted. I want to be rich. and famous. Usually what they ask for. Well, he's got that. He's got everything. He's got that. Even though he's in jail, he's got what the devil gave him. Now he's also alcoholic. See? And that's where the devil's got him. Because he knows that fucking bloke's not going to stop drinking. He knows he's going to get a hold. He's going to get at least a year, if not more, added onto his time because he can't stop drinking. Right? So there's a good chance that he's going to fucking stay in there and drink himself to a fucking prison sentence forever. Think that one. Right? You think about that. That's a bit, there's something just to think about that one. I reckon the devil's getting his due. I reckon there's something else to do with the deal. That's why he's in there getting that done to him. Right? Now the thing's going to happen. He's there. He got let off lightly from that sentence, from those charges. Should have got done for those trafficking and all that. He'd have been really there for years then. So, right, fucking God and all Satan. Well, like I said, he's a fucking angel as well. He's got to do angelic work. Even though he's a bad guy, he's still got to do some fucking angel things. Otherwise, you get fucking topped out straight away. He got rules, that boy. He got to play by rules. See, he's just very shifty and he knows how to manipulate them. But this game's got rules in it. Right? And those rules, well, that's it. If you think you're doing a deal with the devil and it sounds sweet, it's because it is too sweet. It's not going to happen. Any deal with the devil is a deal with death. And you may as well fucking kiss your bum goodbye no matter what you do. No matter what you do. I mean, come on, guys. I told you I gave up fucking opportunity for $4 million. No, $4 million. $2 million for me and $2 million for brother. A lot of people would go, I could have fucking used that. But if I would have took that back when they offered it me, I probably wouldn't have none of that in my pocket right now. I'd have a nice house, have a nice car, have a lot of nice things. Maybe have a few thousand. If you've got 20, 30,000, a little $50,000 savings account. But wouldn't have a lot of it left. So really, you sold out all that culture and did all that there. What? To have just, I couldn't do that. To me, that seems silly when you can earn that yourself. It just might be a bit harder. That'll do it a bit longer. That's blood money. I couldn't sell off my secrets like the other ones done. And that's what they've done. They've sold their secrets off. When they sign off their secrets, that means everything that's in their head belongs to the government. Or belongs to Satan. Whoever signs you up for the secrecy deal. And I wouldn't sign that. Like I said, there's a price to pay and they'll never be able to pay that. Right? That's beyond their pay grade. You got the rich people out there, everyone has their price. No, this is beyond price. Beyond all the prices. Beyond the price of everything. Right? As simple as that. The price that it costs to have this fucking what I got in my pocket into humanity if you want to activate it. The price is the extinguishing of every single microbe of life. That's the price. Do we want to pay that price? Or would you rather I try and bring this dragon to the world that's going to help us never be able to have to pay such a high price? Because humanity's got the option to pay that price, right? Bad guys nearly had this. That's the fucking king's men up there. This is a commonwealth. Right? They would have put two and two together. It would have been the end of the game. And I wouldn't have been this fucking Archangel that you fucking you read about. I'd have been the fallen cunt. Because I'd have fucked right up in a mega way. That's why for a little while, until I got them back, I felt really, really fucked. Truly, I felt I've wronged God so badly. I fucked the whole earth up. We're all going to fucking go, and it's all my fault. It fucking really was, guys. That's how dangerous it really is. And when they do the research in itself, I find out there's a reason why the federal government doesn't want to fucking come near me and take them off me. It's like I said, it's because they don't want to be a part of the Commonwealth anymore. That's why they didn't get the King's horses and the King's men to take them. The King knows I fucking got them. But he knows he just can't march in and do it. He wants to. They tried, but they can't. Can't do that. Can't do it. Simple as that. And yes, we're in the end times. Well, close to the end times. My end time, fucking 50 years of age. Gee, how long am I going to keep going? Long enough to do this mission? Long enough to see it right? Long enough, hopefully, to see justice for Jagger and Tanya and all the people out there to suffer. But I kind of think I'm just here to set up the stage. And if I'm watching, it'll be from afar, watching down. Because Jesus will be doing all the saving. But remember that wall in the eastern gate there in Jerusalem, where the eastern gate is, that has to fall down. Right? That's the gate of angels. Now, is even supposed to be angels walking through there? Well, Jesus is supposed to walk through there himself. But that's all sealed up. Now, it's been moving, been creaking, and got some cracks in it. I'm not sure how that's happened. It's even emanating a little bit of a sound. So they're getting all fucking spinning out. But the way they've designed it is where that gate is, you have all these Muslim fucking cemetery built right in front of it. And there's no real way that you're allowed to actually cross that fucking sacred ground. Even Jesus himself, he can't just walk across it, see, because it's literally side by side. There's like not even a crack between them, hardly, between each gravesite. So you can't walk. The only way Jesus can walk through there is if he raises the dead. Then you know it is Jesus. That's the test that they put for him. That's why they built that there. So, you know, they put a lot of barriers in front of that there to stop this next stop him coming. Hey, the Muslims heard that, so they're going to put all their fucking grave sites right in front of that gate and seal it up. Now, where's your Jeebus, they reckon? You know? And that's what he's got to do. He's got to resurrect them bodies. No matter how old they are. You've got to have it all. That's good. No, they all got to be out the way. You've got to be able to walk to that gate. Not over dead bodies. You can't walk across Muslim ground because that's sacred ground to them. There's rules to this game. Rules to the game. But yeah, that's supposed to tumble down, that gate. There's supposed to be 2 angels that are responsible for it. They have yet to be named, because it could be any 2. That's still a toss-up, even me. That's still a toss-up. And yeah, they get killed. And they lay up staring at the sky for 3 days, and the earth watches them, like fucking cameras and all that, and no one will go near them. God won't let the bodies be desecrated either, so the bodies don't deteriorate. They're on camera, you're watching them. You're too scared to go next to these 2 angels laying there dead, because you just killed them. Humanity kills them, because you don't believe that they're there for the fucking righteousness. And in that process, the gate comes down. And that's up to whenever Jesus wants to come then, guys. You know? I kind of think that might be the last thing I do in my life. About 80, 90 years of age, to stare at that gate. But you get that. You get that in the mix of things? I have some strange thoughts. It could go anyway. No, it's always changing. Changes day by day. It's a game, guys. It's a game on all these different levels, and it changes day by day. Okay? Sometimes you have someone on your side, next you're on their side. That changes day by day. It's eased down a bit with the family now. We sort of got our place. We sort of know who we can stick together. I haven't really actually since buddy a few little hiccups after buddy old dead bird went. There's never really been any badness in the family. The support team's been good, even the fucking family itself. Everyone's been really good to each other, really supportive. We all know each other by name. We all like to see each other's name in there. You know what I mean? Starting to get to know all the people. We know which ones are good and which ones are regulars. We've got a good family going. I actually quite like it. That's what I really missed the shit out of that when I didn't have my phone, tell you guys. That was really, that makes me feel humbled. Makes me feel a part of something. And for a whole life, I've always felt like I'm not a part of anything. Well, because I'm so different, it's nice to feel a part of something. Once in a while. That's just the way that is. Well, been on nearly 2 hours. This battery's probably just about to go flat. I'll just plug him in. Must be still over 20, otherwise it'd tell me. Yes, down to 20. Accordion. Ding. Ding. So we're going to ding. Then you know it's connected. Crazy. Well, this is the Archangel Michael. Thanks for coming in, guys. Most appreciated. Thanks for all those there. Thanks for the likes. Thanks for watching. I did a Lord's Prayer. I put the Archangel mask on and I do the Archangel Michael voice for you when I do the Lord's Prayer. I know you like that little. I kind of like it too. But it's very humid. It's been raining just before and it's really humid now. And to put that mask on, well, I might as well be in a sauna, guys, and fucking sweat my head right off. It's hot in Australia. We're a hot country. Send your trop out of heat. So I hope you have a good Saturday or Saturday night. Well, Sunday morning now it is. Only 1 o'clock in the morning. This is the Archangel Michael signing off for now. I hope you stay well and God bless. And I'll see you next time.